For anyone involved in the game of baseball, the absolute pinnacle of success is being selected to the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown, New York. On August 2nd, 1981, Ernie Harwell joined the ranks of baseball's immortals, the fifth broadcaster to be so honored. Here are a few of the highlights from Ernie's acceptance speech on that great day.
This is an award that I will certainly cherish forever. I praise the Lord here today. I know that all my talent and all my ability comes from Him, and without Him, I'm nothing, and I thank Him for His great blessing. You know, the life and times of Ernie Harwell could be capsuled, I think, in two famous quotations, one from a left-handed New York Yankee pitcher, and the other one from a right-handed English poet. The Yankee pitcher, Lefty Gomez, once said, "I'd rather be lucky than good." And the poet, Alfred Lord Tennyson, once wrote in his epic poem, Ulysses, "I am a part of all that I have met." Well, I know that I'm a lot luckier than I'm good. I've been lucky to broadcast some great events and to broadcast the exploits of some great players. That other saying, "I'm a part of all that I have met," I think that would have to begin with my wonderful parents back in Atlanta. When I was a youngster, 5 years old, I was tongue-tied. They didn't have much money, but they spent what they had sending me to speech teachers to overcome the handicap. I know that a lot of you people who've heard me on the radio probably still think I'm tongue-tied. But through the grace of God, officially, I'm not tongue-tied anymore. I'm a part of you people out there who've listened to me, because especially you people in Michigan, you Tiger fans, you've given me so much warmth, so much affection, and so much love. I know that this is an award that's supposed to be for my contribution to baseball, but let me say this. I've given a lot less to baseball than it's given to me. And the greatest gift that I've received from baseball is the way that the people in the game have responded to me with their warmth and with their friendship.
Back in 1955, Ernie sat down and wrote his definition of baseball: the game for all America. And fittingly, Ernie ends his Cooperstown speech with this classic.
Baseball is the president tossing out the first ball of the season and a scrubby schoolboy playing catch with his dad on the Mississippi farm. A tall, thin old man waving a scorecard from the corner of his dugout. That's baseball. And so is a big fat guy with a bulbous nose running home one of his 714 home runs. There's a man in Mobile who remembers that Honus Wagner hit a triple in Pittsburgh 46 years ago. That's baseball. And so is a scout reporting that a 16-year-old pitcher in Cheyenne is the coming Walter Johnson. Baseball is a spirited race of man against man, reflex against reflex, a game of inches. Every skill is measured. Every heroic, every failing is seen and cheered or booed and then becomes a statistic. In baseball, democracy shines its clearest. The only race that matters is the race of the bag. The creed is a rule book, and color merely something to distinguish one team's uniform from another. Baseball is a rookie, his experience no bigger than the lump in his throat as he begins fulfillment of his dream. And it's a veteran, too, a tired old man of 35, hoping that those aching muscles can pull him through another sweltering August and September. Nicknames of baseball, names like Zeke and Pie and Kai and Home Run and Cracker and Dizzy and Dazzy. Baseball is the clear, cool eyes of Rogers Hornsby, the flashing spikes of a Ty Cobb, and an over-aged pixie named Rabbit Moranville. Baseball, just a game, as simple as a ball and bat, and yet as complex as the American spirit it symbolizes. A sport, a business, sometimes almost even religion. While the fairy tale of Willie Mays making a brilliant World Series catch and then dashing off to play stickball in the streets with his teenage pals. That's baseball. So is the husky voice of a doomed Lou Gehrig saying, "I consider myself the luckiest man on the face of this earth." Baseball is cigar smoke, hot roasted peanuts, the sporting news, ladies' day, down in front. Take me out to the ball game in the Star-Spangled Banner. Baseball is a tongue-tied kid from Georgia growing up to be an announcer and praising the Lord for showing him the way to Cooperstown. This is a game for America. Still a game for America, this baseball. Thank you.
There is no question that Ernie Harwell is one of the all-time great baseball announcers. He's a member of the Sportscasters Hall of Fame, winner of the Lowell Thomas Distinguished Achievement Award, and a 12-time winner of the Sportscaster of the Year Award. Ernie is also a best-selling author and a successful songwriter. For Ernie, though, the awards of a successful career are not as important as his relationship with God and his love for his family. It's now 1984, and the phrase, "Bless you boys," rings out from Tigertown. The team is phenomenal. They're only the third Major League team in history to lead their division every day of the year. They win the East by 15 games.
And this is WJR Detroit, your 50,000-watt station, the voice of sports of Major League in Detroit. Lohman leads it off, and Hernandez starts it with a strike. And this big crowd ready to break loose at Tiger Stadium. 3-0 Tigers in the ninth. Tigers with a run in the first, a bounce out by Parrish. One in the sixth on a double by Travel and a single by Parrish. Their third run in the seventh inning on a home run by Tom Brookins. Now they're trying to contain that crowd out in center field. The police out on the warning track. The game will continue. Here's the windup. The pitch. Clark swings. Foul fly out of play. Not too many are seated now. They're standing here at Tiger Stadium waiting for the climax of this 1984 baseball season. Tigers 2 outs away from clinching the divisional title. Here's the strike 2 delivery. It is in close on Clark. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Second inning that Hernandez has worked on the mound. 3-0 Tigers. 1 out to go for the Eastern Division Championship for Detroit. Hernandez ready, delivers. Sundberg takes. It is a strike from the outside corner. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sandberg digs in. 1-2 pitch from Willie Hernandez. He takes the ball low. 2-2. That one in the dirt. Blocked out in front by Lance Parrish. 3-0 Tigers, 9th inning. 1 more out, and the Tigers are the Eastern champions. 2-2 the count on him. Here's the set, the pitch. He swings and misses. The Tigers win the Eastern Division. And they go out to congratulate Willie Hernandez. He's being mobbed, and the police now are ringing the field. Some of the fans are on the field, and all the excitement of the season has broken loose here at Tiger Stadium. What a beautiful sight to see. The Tigers are the champions of the East in 1984.
The playoffs. Game 1, Tigers 8, Kansas City Royals 1. Game 2, Tigers 5, Royals 3. Game 3, it's the 9th inning.
It's the 11 o'clock in Detroit, and do you know where the Tigers are? They are 3 outs away from an American League pennant. And they're calling now on the man who has shut the door for many, many times this season, Willie Hernandez, will come in relieving Milt Wilcox, going into the Kansas City 9th inning. And a former Tiger, Lynn Jones, will lead off against the Tiger left-hander Hernandez. Al McRae comes up with another pinch hit and keeps the hopes of the Royals alive here. 1-0 Tigers, a man on. Motley at the plate. He went 0 for 3 against Wilcox. Struck out twice and bounced to third. He takes the ball in too close from Hernandez. Willie was 1 strike away from the pennant when McRae touched him for an infield hit. So the hits are even, 3 for each side. Man on first is U.L. Washington trying to get a lead. Evans holding on the bag with him. Ball 1, the count on Motley. Here's the pitch. Motley swings. There's a pop foul off the third. It may be the pennant. Castillo has it, and the Tigers have won the American League pennant. Their first since 1968. Willie Hernandez, hugged by his teammates. The police are trying to keep the spectators off the field. Some have broken from the center field area, and the Tigers are celebrating their 9th American League pennant here tonight at the corner of Michigan and Trumbull. What a night this has been.
The Tigers won the '84 series over the San Diego Padres 4-1. The seasons come and go, and now we come to October 1991. Let's listen as Ernie and Paul Carey announce the ending that is only the beginning.
Live from Memorial Stadium, here's WJR's Ernie Harwell. Greetings, everybody. The final game of 1991 for the Detroit Tigers and the Baltimore Orioles in the final game in Memorial Stadium. That means the final game ever in Memorial Stadium. And Paul Carey and I begin our final broadcast as Tiger announcers. And we welcome you to a sunny day in Baltimore, a little bit on the cool side. We had...
Ernie has been a big part of the ceremonies here this weekend at Memorial Stadium, and again today, interviewed constantly in the dugout on the warning track, because it is ironic that Ernie Harwell was the first Baltimore broadcaster, did the first game here at Memorial Stadium. He's doing the last game here. But the irony is that it's his last game as a Tiger announcer at the same time.
Well, as a lover of baseball, a man who's been in the game for almost 50 years, I know for certain that nobody can last in a job forever. Everybody can be replaced. All of us must move along. I've had a gratifying career as your Tiger announcer, and now I say goodbye. I'll never be able to repay all the warmth and affection you fans have shown me. Been a tremendous 32 years, but I don't want to look back. I agree with Satchel Paige and with William Shakespeare. Old Satch said, don't look back, something may be gaining on you. And Mr. Shakespeare once wrote, to have done is to hang quite out of fashion. So I press forward, I look to the future. God has a new adventure waiting for me. Might be a rocking chair, it might be a microphone, but either way, I welcome a new challenge and a new opportunity. For many years, I've opened my first Tiger broadcast in the spring exhibition season with a quotation from the second chapter of the Song of Solomon. It's that quotation that tells us that the winter is past and the voice of the turtle is heard in the land. And I'd like to close my final Tiger broadcast with my own paraphrase of that quotation. Lo, the summer is past. The race is over and gone. The leaves are beginning to turn. The time of the song of the birds is gone. And this voice of the Tigers is no longer heard in this land. Thank you very much, and God bless all of you.
Now it's 1993. It's a new season, and yes, Ernie's back. For the young fan listening to his first game, to those of us who've been here from the beginning, we say welcome back, and God bless you, Ernie. And Detroit Tiger fans know one thing. The game isn't over till Ernie Harwell makes the call. The year is 1960. For Detroit Tiger fans, there is a new voice in town. Yes, the voice is Ernie Harwell's. And for over 30 years, this classy, gentle man has entertained, educated, and enlightened baseball fans from all over. Now, for those of us who grew up in and around Michigan, Ernie isn't just an announcer. He is the Detroit Tigers. Let's listen to a typical Ernie Harwell call, one among the thousands he's made through the years.
Pitch is in too close and low. That'll make it a full count on Rodriguez. 1-0 Kansas City leading. They're in the field now. The Tigers had bat in the second inning.
with Thompson at first and nobody out. 3-2 pitch. Here goes Thompson. The ball is swung on. Hit the left field deep. Going back is Poquette, and he won't get it. It is over the fence for a home run. A line drive home run, number 5 for Rodriguez. The ball hit very hard, and it stayed up. Aurelio rounding third, headed home, scoring up to Thompson. The Tigers take a 2-1 lead over Kansas City in the second inning.
Ernie Harwell was born in Washington, Georgia in 1918. At age 16, he went to work as the Atlanta correspondent for the Sporting News and was a sports writer for the Atlanta Constitution. At age 22, Ernie originated a sports news broadcast for radio station WSB Atlanta, his first experience on the air. Following 4 years in the Marine Corps during World War II, Ernie returned to Atlanta and became the voice of the Atlanta Crackers baseball team. He was the voice of the Crackers for 2 years when in 1948, Branch Rickey offered Ernie a job with the Brooklyn Dodgers. He went to Brooklyn, but Earl Mann, Ernie's boss in Atlanta, demanded that Rickey send the Crackers a player named Cliff Dapper, a catcher, on the Dodger farm system. The trade was completed, and Ernie Harwell became the only announcer ever traded for a ball player. 2 years later, he moved to the New York Giants, and then in 1954, Ernie became the first broadcaster for the Baltimore Orioles. He was with the Orioles for 6 years, and then in 1960, Ernie Harwell made his final move to the Detroit Tigers. Through all the years, the good and the bad seasons, the triumphs and the disappointments, Ernie Harwell has been the link between the Tiger baseball team and the Detroit baseball fan. We share a lot of memories. Mickey Stanley, Willie Horton, Al Kaline, Mickey Lolich, Denny McLain. 1968, what a year. The Tigers run away with it, winning the American League pennant by 12 games. The excitement was there from opening day, and it built as the season progressed. Listen as Ernie makes the calls.
There's a fly ball to right. It's deep, and it is out of here. A home run to tie the ball game. Willie Horton hits one to the opposite field in deep right center, and the game is tied. Here's McAuliffe now, and the crowd yelling, "Go, go, go." Here's the pitch by Jim Cott. Max swings. There's a long fly to right. It may be gone. Going back, Eulander, and he cannot reach it. It's in for a home run. McAuliffe puts the Tigers ahead. A home run in the lower deck in right field. The Tigers lead it 2-1. Stanley going after it and dives and makes a great catch. A fabulous catch by Stanley. Aparicio going back to first base. He's doubled off. The play went Stanley to Dick McAuliffe to Bill Freehan on a sensational catch by Mickey Stanley. Yanks 5, Detroit 4. Now Talbot getting his sign from Fernandez, and the right-hander winds and pitches. Swing, there's a long belt in the center field. Robinson going back, way back. He can't get this one. It's passed into the fence. Here comes Stanley. He scores. Rounding third is Freehan. He scores. Willie Horton rounding third, and he holds up as the throw comes into Fernandez. It's a long triple for Willie, and the Tigers have the lead.
There's a long ball to left, and that one's gone. The home run upstairs. Number 20 for Willie Horton. The Tigers now have scored 9 times in the second inning.
2 out, a man on first. That's Freehan. Tigers are trailing by 1 run, 4-3 behind Baltimore. Here's Magic now waiting on a full count delivery by Drabowski. Swung on is a fly ball to right. It's deep. It might be. Back is Robinson, and it is a home run. A 2-run homer by Magic. Here comes Freehan to score. Magic is rounding second, headed for third. All the Tigers are out at home plate to meet him. Here he comes, and the Tigers win the ball game. Right hand hitting outfield to Mickey Stanley. Swing, there's a fly ball deep to left, going back, Terry. Maybe it is out of here. A home run.
Individual records were set as well. Al Kaline becomes the all-time Tiger home run hitter with 307. And then there's Denny McLain.
Well, this is the big day for the maestro, Denny McLain. Saturday afternoon at Tiger Stadium, September the 14th, 1968, and Denny will be going for win number 30. Pitching rival of the Oakland Athletics, Chuck Dobson, and we've got a tremendous crowd here, and everybody looking forward to Denny's test, trying to get win number 30 of this season. The count on Horton is now 2 balls and 2 strikes. And Campaneris comes in from short, talks with his pitcher, Diego Segui. Here's the set by Segui, the pitch. Swung on, a drive to left. That'll be the ball game. It's over the head of Gosner. McLean wins his 30th. Here comes Stanley in the score. Willie Horton has a single, and the ball game is over, and the Tigers win it 5-4. Denny McLean is one of the first out of the dugout, racing out, and Horton is mobbed as the Tigers come from behind, and McLean has his 30th victory of the 1968 season. Well, Denny McLean has achieved something that has not been done in a long, long time, as Willie Horton singles in Mickey's family from third base, and Denny cops his 30th win of the year, the first Major League hurler to win 30 games since Dizzy Dean did it, September the 30th, 1934. The first American League pitcher to win 30 since Lefty Grove did it, September the 18th, 1931. And he's the first Tiger 30-game winner ever.
3 days later, and it's all over.
Hang on, everybody. This could be the night that the Tigers take the pennant. A victory here for the Tigers, or a loss in Boston by the second-place Baltimore Orioles, will mean the 1968 American League Championship for the Detroiters. We've got a fine crowd. They're still coming in here. Excellent weather. This is Ernie Harwell along with Ray Lane. Our engineer is Howard Schnitzel, and we are looking forward to the battle that may give the Tigers the pennant tonight. Well, this big crowd here ready to break loose. 3 men on, 2 men out. Game tied 1-1 in the 9th inning. McDaniel checking his time with Jake Gibbs. The tall right-hander ready to go to work again. And the windup and the pitch. He swings a line shot, base hit, right field. The Tigers win it. Here comes K-Line to score, and it's all over. Don Wirtz singles. The Tigers mob Don. K-Line has scored. The fans are streaming on the field, and the Tigers have won their first pennant since 1945. Let's listen to the bedlam here at Tiger Stadium. The Tigers are being mobbed as they go to their dugout. They'll hardly make it. Confetti in the air, fireworks in the air, and the crowd continues to yell constantly here at Tiger Stadium. Wirtz single, K-Line scoring from third base, and the Tigers win the pennant for 1968.
On to the World Series against the St. Louis Cardinals. Game 1. Pitching for the Tigers, McLean. On the mound for the Cardinals, Bob Gibson. We go to the 9th inning.
Gibson getting his sign from McCarver. Here's the set by the right-hander. The pitch to K-Line. Swing and a miss. His record is high. Standing ovation for Gibson. Now Cash takes the ball high, a curve. Well, when Gibson got his 15th to tie Sandy Koufax's World Series record in strikeouts, this capacity crowd stood and paid tribute to him. Cash swings and misses. 1-1, the count on Norman. Well, we've got one of the thrilling moments in World Series history right here. Gibson has tied Koufax's strikeout record of 15. He's going for one more to break the record. The Tigers, trying to rally, are trailing 4-0 in the 9th inning. They've got a man on and a man out. Trying for number 16 right now against Cash to break the record. He takes his set position. He delivers. Here's the pitch. Swing and a miss. He did it. Another great ovation for Gibson, setting the new World Series mark. 16 strikeouts in the game. 2 down to the 9th inning. Horton the batter.
If you're a Detroit fan like Ernie, of course you want the Tigers to win. But Bob Gibson's record is still exciting baseball, and it gets more exciting.
Bush Memorial Memorial Stadium in St. Louis. It's the 7th game of the 1968 World Series. St. Louis Cardinals with 3 victories, the Detroit Tigers with 3 victories. And the winner this afternoon takes the World Championship. The weather is clear and very pleasant. The temperature about 60 degrees. There's almost no wind here in St. Louis. And we're going to see two-game winners pitted against each other this afternoon in game number 7. The fabulous Bob Gibson, who won 22 and lost 9 over the regular National League season, 2-0 in the series, and the left-hander of Detroit, Mickey Lolich. He won 17 and 9 in the American League season. He has 2 victories and no defeats in the World Series. And the tension mounts here as the game moves into the late innings in St. Louis. 2 out and 1 on. Ground ball, left side, through, base hit by Horton. Cash checks in and holds it second. And the Tigers, for the first time, have 2 men on base. For the first time, they've moved a man past first. And the tension mounts here as the game moves into the late innings in St. Louis. 2 out and 1 on. Ground ball, left side, through, base hit by Horton. Cash checks in and holds it second. And the Tigers, for the first time, have 2 men on base. For the first time, they've moved a man past first. That is the 3rd hit, a ground ball single between Shannon and Maxwell. And Jim Northrup comes to bat now against Gibson. Now, this is the only real scoring threat the Tigers have mounted against Gibson. Now the set by Gibson, we're ready. There's a swing and a fly ball to center. Here comes Clark digging hard. He almost fell down. It's over his head for a hit. Cash is rounding third. He scores. Willie Horton rounding third. He scores. Northrup goes into third base. Detroit leads 2-0.
And that's the ball game. The Tigers go on to win their first World Series since 1945. It will be years before the Tigers achieve the success of 1968. But for Ernie and the Detroit fan, it's the game of baseball that's important. As Ernie says, the Tiger fan is very knowledgeable. Knowledgeable and loyal, steadier than in most towns. The town is steeped in tradition, and that tradition is handed down from one generation to the next. So there's a strong sense of history, even among the younger fans.